volatility has been a gift for many in this Christmas. Market, the crypto market, is providing huge opportunities to a lot of people. They're watching how these assets are blowing up, right? So if you look at this particular asset, it has been running really well. You look at the price action, you would be surprised. We've been following that asset, and when I actually saw things like this, I'm like, whoa, those are like gigantic candles. Watch those, right? A 10x in a quick time. So the market is doing it. The market is literally trying to do that. If you look at Bitcoin on a short term, you do get the understanding like, okay, this is happening. You look at the Bitcoin dominance and it's like, okay, whoa, that's a great point to watch. What we do want to see is the RSI breaking to the downside, which will give a lot more room for the altcoin market to gather more momentum to the upside. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where the normal retail guys get to learn how to become the next top 10% of this world. It's been a wild week. It's literally been a wild week. We've been going through a lot of different stuff, but especially when you look through these, most of the targets are being hit so fast. This is a trade bag which we were dealing with like last few months, and right now it's up 6x. That's a great move in the market. We're trying to observe and attain in our portfolio. Right now, when you look at XRP and you're like, this asset is not moving, it's kind of becoming a little bit more frustrating for those who are trying to trade this asset because it's not giving you the opportunity which you really want to trade with. Because to trade, you need a lot of volatility. When the altcoin market is doing this kind of a blow off, you want that to be involved in your asset to trade. That's only if you're trading that asset. What we are watching is that this trend line is slowly breaking. A retest and a rejection here is going to be golden era for those who are holding onto altcoins, especially some of these which are actually bursting, right? If you understand that, we've been going through this. As I was highlighting, this is a wild week for those who have been positioned well enough. There's been multiple assets which went up like 100%. You look at the KSM, you look at the Dent, IoTex, Woo, Dodo. There are multiple assets doing this right now in front of us. When I open a trade, when I close a trade, when I take profits, you guys actually know it via the alerts. And that's now benefiting hundreds of people. Right now, 880 plus members are taking benefit of the SI family. So if you want to join that, you can look at the Patreon. The link is given in the description below on YouTube. And if you are looking at this video on Twitter, then look in the bio. Now, breaking this down, one thing I would like to share to you guys, which is a key portion here, is that watch Bitcoin. That kind of guides the market. That's why in most of the videos in last 1 year, we're going through Bitcoin a lot and then taking you guys to the altcoin. Because the move in altcoins is going to be comparatively based on what Bitcoin is about to show you. So if Bitcoin is actually showing you this kind of a structure, that's a short-term chart for sure. But look at this. This is a double bottom, a breakout of the double bottom. Now you are retesting that. So if you are a pure price action guy, you would kind of remove all of this and you'll just look at this and say like, okay, that's a double bottom. This was your neckline. You broke this to the upside. You now are retesting that. What you want to see is a breakout here, and that confirms your upside. So that now leaves you with the projection to the upside, where you can literally take your measured move to the upside, say around 7% after the breakout. That target, if you plot, it actually takes you all the way up to 46,700. That's a great target. 46,500, 46,700 is going to be a great area. But what's the issue? That's a short-term chart. So when you actually come onto the weekly chart for Bitcoin, you're still here. You don't have a divergence yet. You have not done anything on that end. But it shows you're not in a correction. You're still in the same trend to the upside. Maybe when you zoom in on a 4-hour chart, a short-term chart, you will see it's correcting. But on a macro, no, it's nowhere near something like that. You look at this on a weekly, then on a monthly, and you're like, whoa, that's as bullish as it can get. Look at where the MACD is, look at where the RSI is. That is the strength in this current market. So don't misunderstand any of these short-term moves with a macro reversal or a macro thing, because it actually surprises a lot of people to actually see things like this forming double tops and then bursting to the upside. They misunderstand this for a local top. But if you are going levered against it, let me say this once again. This is what you're watching in the RSI. It's clear, it's crystal clear that this is a bigger possibility in the price action. Now, what does that mean? So if you are in the market and you're watching this, RSI coming back up here on a daily means a lot of price action. So you go look at this and you're like, okay, that means weekly should be grinding back up on the RSI on a weekly, which means price should be bursting. Now, we would really like to see whether it's going to be this range or the one before that. But in both cases, you're talking about a 80 to 100,000 Bitcoin. That's like a 100% move from where we are. That's not a small move, and you will watch altcoins performing way better. Say you go into the market, we want to just pick a random asset to see what it's doing. So you are just going to look at which of these assets are doing fine. You want to pick one. Say we'll actually take AXS, which is actually kind of slowly moving up now. But the question is, okay, what the hell is it actually doing on multiple time horizon? You look at this and you put the argument on an easy friend saying, okay, it's breaking higher. It's literally trending higher. It's literally trending higher. So you have a lot of opportunity. But now you want to see whether it has done enormously well, so you don't have much room to the upside, or it's just getting started. Now, if it's me, I would put the argument, it's just getting started. You go on a weekly and you will understand that fact. You are nowhere near the overbought territory. And when you enter that overbought territory, that's when you see big burst in the price action. Say, Dent was one of the assets which we've been following from some time. And earlier today, it actually popped. I mean, that was a great move. Now, why did that move come? Because the RSI entered into this territory, which was a big burst. So if I'm looking at this, I'm like, okay, the 3-day is showing you it's about to go back up. It's showing you these monster moves, and it's just getting started. Look at the volume. That amount of volume is coming back after a long period of time. Last time this happened, what did the price do? This is something we need to learn. History gives us a lot of different lessons. Human beings repeat these stuff. If they do, and you're watching that this is that pop, if that's the case with the RSI, with the MACD, with the price action, I'm bullish. I'm super bullish on this market. And some of these assets, yeah, for sure. And in a month, you're doing another leg up, 60 days, it's done. 2 to 3 months, it's like, you just made a literal 30, 40, 50x from the breakout. Or 60x, that's a biggie. That's a biggie. So if you're watching a breakout here and that goes 40, 50x to the upside, don't say no one actually told you there is an opportunity out there. For sure, you'll have to do your due diligence and see whether if this guy makes any sense, right? That's how you understand, okay, I'm looking at his trades, I'm trying to follow his ideas. Are you making money? If you take 10 trades, are you doing good on 7? Yeah, 1 or 2 or 3 will go against you. This is the crypto market. It's highly manipulated. But if you get most of these correct and you're making these gains, that's one of the primary reasons why SI family is growing so quickly and so much. Like 2 months, 3 months back, we were like 400 members. Now we are 100% up. The family is growing so fast. Why? There is a big reason behind it. So if you are looking at this, looking for the one-on-one session, I was personally surprised to see we have a booking for one-on-one session even today. It's like Christmas Eve. I'm still here doing this video. I'm going to still attend that one-on-one session because this is going to be life-changing time for a lot of individuals. So for me to take a break, yeah, if I want to, I can do that. That's not a huge thing. But on the other end, the demand for SI in the SI family, that's what I'm trying to give them. They demand it. I'm trying to help them as much as possible. So that's why I'm here on a Christmas Eve, right? We had all the meetings going on. The prayer meeting was at my house today. After that, I'm here with you guys trying to spend this time explaining what the market is doing. So now, let me get this straight. The market, the speculation, everything is still there. Nothing has changed. Now, what's happening in the market right now is of super importance. When you zoom in, you want to actually understand something. Okay, we just want to see at what level buyers are coming back, because this is actually a big thing a lot of people misunderstand or misguide. Say last time when you had a double bottom here and the price went to this direction and the RSI went down, that was a hidden bullish divergence. You went up. What are we doing now? You're actually watching something similar here where the price is doing this. The RSI dropped huge, but the price did not drop huge. So if you actually take a horizontal line to be precise and drop that line, it looks like this. Again, that's a hidden bullish divergence. For some reason, the market is showing you the exact same thing. Like if you actually compare the top, it looks like this. The top dropped in the strength. The top in the price action looks like this, whereas the RSI dropped. And that means a lot, meaning you are understanding how whales are playing. Now, maybe this is a short-term pattern, a microstructure in the market for sure. It may not actually repeat after some time, but that's why you do these analysis on a daily basis. And as we go through, I'm taking all this time to go through to give you guys as much updates as possible through all these assets. But understand one thing. We've been posting regularly, and at least last 3-4 months, I was arguing that this is the time to get positioned well. Buy now, wait, it's going to pop. Now it's that time. It's popping through. Different assets are starting to burst. So if you are now entering the market, for you, this is actually a new thing. You're trying to understand which asset has a lot of move to the upside when others are taking profits. So you are in a difficult position. That's where you need more help and you need more time to understand the market. But the issue is, do you have a lot of time to learn the market from here? If you are watching this asset on a macro, you take at least a weekly chart, and now you're arguing with that question. Last time, the 2 candle closes, the respected one was here with a fake out in this range. Right now, you're above that. What the hell do you think is happening here? For me, maybe I'm completely wrong, but this is super bullish. This is super bullish. This is way heavy on it. Why? You got a breakout, but is it a fake out? No, you didn't have that much amount of strength back then. Here you do. So I'm like, okay, I believe the RSI. For some reason, that shit works. Whether you agree, whether I agree, it doesn't matter. The market agrees. So you follow the market. Now, in 3 months' time, when it's through 50x, people would still ask, why the hell didn't you say these guys? Look, there is a lot of opportunity. Yeah, the market is now hell lot of opportunities. You're looking at the top 100 assets doing this. Then as you go through the micro caps, to the small caps, to the nano caps, you are literally watching assets doing 100%, 400%, 500% moves. These are not small things. This is life-changing events happening in the market right in front of you now. If you decide to take benefit of that, SI family is here to support you. Now, yes, I know there's a lot of people saying, I asked the question, XRP is not moving. In the comment section, I'm watching these. But then I'm like, should I actually respond to it? Because when you actually try and respond to an individual or a group where the question is completely negative about one particular asset, whatever you respond, it's of no use. That's what I believe. One of the reasons is I'm spending this much amount of time trying to educate you guys on the fundamentals and about one particular asset. And then when you ask about that same asset on a different way without even listening to what I've explained, because if you listened, that question is already answered. The only problem here is now, if you are in that category, you don't really understand the fact that the market is doing this. People argue, yeah, I bought here, I don't have profits. Yeah, great. But for those people who bought in here, they do have profits. That's a big difference. It depends on where you entered the market. If you accumulated during this time, I'm not saying you buy here at the bottom. I'm saying during this accumulation range, even at this point, you are up 140x. That's a big number. That's a big number. So if you put that argument, yeah, I would say you need to have time in these assets where these assets actually burst like crazy. These are not small moves we are talking about. That's 1,000x. Now say, okay, you didn't get that wick to the bottom. That's still like 600, 700x movement. You put $1, you get 700. So to get those moves, you need an extreme amount of patience and discipline in the market. The market will try to kick you out one way or the other. That's how the market works. It's cruel, but that's how the market works. So you need to understand that and position yourself on that side. So guys, if you received value, please do smash that like button. I'll meet you guys on the next video. Bye for now.